All right. It's Jennifer Nettles. Welcome to my very first Ask Anything chat I'm doing for my pal Cody Allen and all my friends at CMT. You've been sending in questions for 2 weeks, and now I'm going to start answering them. Also, don't forget that my new CD, Playing with Fire, is out today. Casper from Brownsville asks, "You look so sassy on the front of Playing with Fire. Was it long to get that? Was it long to get that the way you wanted, or did they just point and shoot?" Okay, I see kind of what the question. Did it take a long time to get that shot, or did they? Okay. Casper from Brownsville asks, "You look so sassy on the front of Playing with Fire. Did it take a long time to get that shot, or did they just point and shoot?" Well, Casper, it was a whole photo shoot that was all day long, but that particular shot was point and shoot. Dave from Cedar Rapids asks, "Is another CMT tour planned this year?" Well, there may be another CMT tour planned, but I don't know if I'll be on it. Alex from Vancouver asks, "Jennifer, do you have free time for hobbies? You look like you might be a video game whiz." Alex, I love you, but the little bit of time that I have, I love to do yoga, and I am horrible at video games, but I love that you think I look like a whiz. Alyssa from Sweden asks, "Has your son started to become more like mommy or daddy personality-wise?" Well, you know what? He's a nice blend of both of us, Alyssa. I mean, in some ways he has some of the quiet of his father, and then in other ways he has some of the fire of his mama. Lucas from Denver asks, "I just bought Playing with Fire. How do you know how many songs to put on it, and is that your decision?" Well, Lucas, funny you should ask. Because really what happens, I'm going to pull the curtain back here for you. There's a thing called a record contract. And if I put more than a certain amount of songs on my album, I actually get financially penalized for it. So I try to stay within those bounds because I don't want to pay someone else for music that I've made. Thanks, Lucas. Just a little truth for you there. Charlie from Toronto asks, "What are a few websites that you like to look at each day?" Pretty much I look at Twitter and I look at Instagram. Now those are apps and not necessarily websites. What else do I like to look at? Yeah, I love, but again, this is a Twitter page, but I love brain pickings. I love TED Talks. That's actually a website. I love that one too, yeah. Alana from Albany asks, "How much has the music business changed since you started as an artist?" Woo, Alana. Do I got a story for you, kid? A lot. It's changed a lot. I mean, if you think about over the course of, I've been doing this now, well, I won't say, but in total, yeah, 20 years. We'll say 20 years. I've been doing this, and we've gone from CDs to all, to digital for the most part. And the change that that technology has had on the industry has been huge. Maria from Fort Smith asks, "The CMA Christmas specials are always a highlight of Christmas around our house." Thanks, Maria. "Anything special planned for this year's show?" Well, Robert Deaton and I, who work on the show together, he's the producer. We haven't chatted really about the specifics yet, but it is about that time. Usually about the summertime, we start sort of scheming and planning, and he calls me up and says, "What do you think about this person? And this person's got a Christmas record coming out." So soon. Nothing yet, but soon. And I love that it's a tradition around your house. Bud from Saskatoon asks, "Will we see you singing on TV soon?" Well, I certainly hope so, Bud, as I do have a record that has come out today. Usually there are a lot of opportunities for television after that, so I hope so. Val from Springfield asks, "How did your duet with Bon Jovi come about?" Val, I tell you, at the time we were both on the same record label, and they wanted a country gal to come and sing with them, so my label head at the time, Luke Lewis, said, "How about this lady?" And they liked it, and I came over and sang it, and the rest is history. Tori from Bowling Green asks, "If you were planning a Jennifer Nettles reality show, what would you call it?" Well, Tori, I would call it the same thing that I'm going to call my book that I'm never probably going to write. Y'all ain't going to believe this shit. Amanda from Columbus asks, "What time does a typical Jennifer Nettles day start and end?" Well, I have a 3-year-old son, Amanda, so the day can start anywhere between 7 and 9 a.m. depending on the time zone. If I'm Pacific Coast, it starts way earlier than that. And then if I have a show, it ends around midnight or 1. Leslie from Detroit asks, "There have been loads of singers who's gotten..." Leslie from Detroit asks, there have been loads of singers who've gotten to sing with you. Which current artist was surreal to perform with? Ooh. I mean, some of them are so special, I can't even believe it. James Taylor, for me, is one of my musical heroes, and I got to perform with him at Obama's first inauguration. We sang Shower the People, and that whole experience was surreal for me. It was pinch me, I cannot believe that I am here in this moment. Wanda from Wilmington asks, boots or shoes? Shoes, probably. But it depends on what I'm doing. That's hard to say. That is hard to say, Wanda. Curtis from San Diego asks, what's it feel like knowing that you're becoming a Christmas tradition for families with the Cma Show every year? I love it so much, Curtis. I love that show. I have loved getting to be a part of it all 6 years. I feel like they can't get rid of me, which is wonderful because I don't want them to. Yeah, I love all the collaborations, and I love that it is something that families get to come together and watch, you know, as a family together. Megan from Omaha asks, we have the same middle names. Does yours have special meaning? Megan, Odessa. Why, yes, it does. My middle name, Odessa, is actually my grandmother's middle name, and it was my great aunt's name before that. And it is now both my nieces, not both my nieces, but it is now my nieces and my goddaughter's names, middle names. And yeah, so it has special meaning to me just because of all the people that I love who share it. Jean from Raleigh asks, when you travel for vacation, what's the Jennifer Nettles suitcase count? I'm guessing 4. No, dear. It depends on where and how long I'm going, but typically 2 is my max, depending on how long I'm going. Yeah, typically 2. Scott from Fort Erie asks, I'm buying Playing with Fire later today. Thank you, Scott. Did the CD get dedicated to anyone special? Love your picture on it. It actually did, Scott. The CD I dedicated to Paul Gordon, who was my keyboard player out on the road for a few years, and he died this year, so I dedicated the album to him. Samantha from Westchester asks, what is one Sugarland song that you still love singing? Want to. That's the song, Want to. Before I finish up today, I want to thank Cody, Allen, and CMT for all of their support. They set this whole thing up today so that I could get to thank the fans for their support on everything, including the new CD, Playing with Fire. All the best.